So in which country is it illegal to wear symbols of your faith in school? Is it France, Germany or Italy? The answer is in France.
Yeah, religious symbols were banned from all French schools in 2004, whereas in Italy and Germany, only certain states enforce a similar rule. School rules for all. Let's get stuck into this. Should rules apply to all pupils, no matter what their personal circumstances are? We're talking about this today because a Sikh teenager has won her High Court claim against her school, which excluded her for breaking its no jewellery rule. Now, she broke the rule by insisting on wearing a bangle. 14-year-old Sarika Watkins Singh from Wales won the right to wear her Sikh bangle, or kara, arguing it is a symbol of her faith and not a piece of jewellery. Where do you stand on this one? Do you feel sorry for the school, or are you with the child? 0207 173 5555. Pick up the phone to us now. Simon.
Well, it's from my part of the world, and I know the school, but I have sympathy with the lass for wanting to wear her religious insignia. But when you have conflicting rules, as for the young lassie up in England who wanted to wear the ring, and then you take it has wider implications, because as far as I'm aware, young Sikh men can carry a dagger, or a sort of ceremonial or symbolic dagger, and we all know the difficulties that young men have over sort of self-discipline when it gets to anger management. So, you know, that could be a problem. Then you take it into the wider world and you take it to adults, and the woman lost her job eventually over wearing a cross. We don't seem to have any continuity and any sort of sense behind all of these rules. Why do they just come up with a major judgment from the government and say, this is what it is, and you all have to obey it, irrespective? Do something similar like the French. Yeah.
So rules aren't rules anymore these days, because they can be tested, and it depends how far you're going to push it. We're going to the audience straight away. All right, who have we got?
OK, well, we've got Deepak here. Now, Deepak, you are wearing one of these bangles, aren't you?
I do, yes, absolutely.
What do you think about rules?
I do agree totally with David there. I 100% appreciate what you're saying as well. I think there should be one rule for all, absolutely. I can also understand, like you say, the way she reacted, as well as you mentioned the woman from British Airways. Who I believe, obviously, it was to do with wearing the cross, wasn't it? I believe. Yeah. And I mean, 100%. I understand there should be one rule for all, absolutely. But then again, I can appreciate the way the young Sikh lass did react.
How important is that, Cara, to you?
In terms of Sikhism, it is one of the 5 Ks of Sikhism. So 5 Ks of Sikhism, it's one of the 5 pillars. Essentially the same. It's like the same pillars of Islam. It's similar to that. So in terms of to a Sikh, it is important. However, it's important as well that rules should be obeyed, particularly within the society we're living in.
May I ask, does everyone wear that?
It's kind of, it sort of depends how strong your faith is.
Right.
As a Sikh, you will see Sikh men who wear turbans. You'll see Sikh men who don't cut their hair. You will see, obviously, Sikh men with facial hair. You will see, like you say, Sikh men with daggers. Then again, I think the society we're living in shouldn't prevent, you know, perhaps daggers is a little bit... Absolutely, I appreciate what you're saying. One rule for all, absolutely. But we should, as well, respect religion, so...
Let's see if your man here sitting beside you agrees. Simon?
Yes, Simon, you're a school teacher.
Yeah, as far as this girl in South Wales is concerned, I think we just reached now at Looney Land. I mean, the fact of the matter is, at the time when schools are having enormous problems trying to keep discipline on their campuses, for a girl to challenge the school authority when the parents knew what the rules were when they sent her to Aberdare School, they knew there was another school locally called Mountain Ash School. Now, if the parents felt that she felt strongly about it, they should have done a little bit of donkey work beforehand, found out which of the schools in the area did allow jewellery, and sent her to Mountain Ash School. But to spend all this time and effort and money pursuing these sort of cases to the High Court, as I say, we're approaching the land of loons.
So you've got to pick a school depending on what jewellery you're going to wear, Simon? Is that
yes,
right?
you do.
That's really that offensive to you, that little bangle in his arm?
No, it's not a question of it being offensive.
Well, it is.
You have to
set
set down regulations in a school. You cannot have children challenging individual regulations. Otherwise, you've got more of an anarchic situation than exists in some schools as it stands.
So you don't encourage children to be individuals? You don't encourage children to stand up for what they believe in? You want them all to conform?
Look, they can prove themselves to be individuals by doing well at school, by getting A stars at GCSE, by going on to A-levels and getting on to university. That's how you prove yourself.
She's proud of being a Sikh, Simon, isn't she?
But yes, the fact of the matter is, I've just said, I blame the parents, wholeheartedly blame the parents, because they've sent her to school that they knew did not allow the pupils of that school to wear jewellery. So it is the parents' fault. I blame them. And they stand outside the High Court yesterday blaming the school have been hard on her. No, the parents need to look at their own standing in this. I think it's appalling.
Gosh. Underneath, I understand your passion, Simon, but I think there's a really fundamental problem here, which is, I agree with both of you, which is that I think there should be one rule for all. And the whole point of religious tolerance should be that there is equality across all religions. And I think there is a real issue here. I think there's an issue also with the previous rulings from the law lords, I think 25 years ago, allowing certain people to wear I believe, turbans in schools and so on. So there seems to be incredibly muddy waters going on. I'm still unsure whether it's true religious doctrine to wear the piece of jewellery, which...
Absolutely. It is, like I say, one of the 5 Ks of Sikhism. It is like...
But as you say, not everyone does that.
Not everyone
but
does
for the people who choose to do it, for the people who say,
what about
this
the
is
people...
fundamentally important to me, they cannot
well,
go
what
to
about the
that
people
school?
as Christians, and remember, Christianity is the predominant religion in this country. What about those people who do want to wear a faith ring, a crucifix, who aren't allowed to currently?
And
they were both not allowed to.
No, there was one that was allowed, and then there was one that wasn't allowed.
Let's see what you're saying at home about this morning. 0207 173 5555. Pick up the phone, want to hear from you. Amy, who have we got?
We seem like we've got quite a united view, actually. We're going to go straight to Roger on line 1.